Lionel Messi was more into playing marbles than football when he was born on June 24, 1987 in Rosario, Argentina, the birthplace of Che Guevara. Though his brothers Rodrigo and Matias played for the neighborhood team Grandoli, Messi wasn't initially drawn to the sport. However, at 3 years old, he joined in and quickly stood out for his speed and powerful kicks. At 5, Grandoli's coach, Ricardo Aparicio, hesitated to include Messi due to his small size. His grandmother, however, insisted, "Put him on and you'll see how well the little boy plays." When the coach finally agreed, Messi amazed everyone with his skills, dribbling past multiple opponents effortlessly. Despite facing health challenges, including a growth hormone deficiency, Messi defied the odds to become the greatest footballer of his generation. Now, let's explore some lesser-known facts about this legendary Argentine football icon. 1. Reading and writing were tough for Messi, not keepy uppy. Despite his diligence in school, Messi found reading and writing to be quite difficult. His favorite topics were painting and exercise, as you would expect. In addition, he was a quiet child who disliked talking. He did, however, like keepy uppy. In the game keepy uppy, you must use your body parts, aside from your hands and arms, to juggle the football in the air for as long as you can without letting it contact the ground. Messi excelled at keepy uppy. At his early years, Messi would practice his skills with the ball before games while he was at Lepers. On his manager's request, he would do keepy uppy for audiences even during halftime breaks, and the fans would applaud. 2. He had to inject himself with growth hormone. For 3 years, Lionel Messi was sent to the consultation room of Dr. Diego Schwarstein on January 31st, 1997, since his parents were concerned about his slow development. Dr. Schwarstein came to the conclusion that Messi glands were not producing any growth hormone after more than a year of consistent visits, thorough research, testing, and biochemical analysis. According to statistics, Messi's situation is not particularly common. 1 in every 20 million people is affected. It's also important to note that it is not inherited. The doctor went on, "Just take a look at Messi brothers or his little sister, Maria Sol, who is definitely tall." Following the diagnosis, the patient had a single subcutaneous injection daily for 3 to 6 years, or until they had fully recovered. Messi had to inject human growth hormone into his legs every night for the next 3 years. His family also had to pay $1,500 a month for the therapy. 3. Messi has a secret love for Milanessa Napolitana. Messi mother, Celia Maria Cucitini, talks about how much his son enjoys eating Milanessa Napolitana in the book Messi, the inside story of a boy who became a legend. Ham, oregano, fried beef, chopped tomatoes, onions, salt, cheese, and sugar are some of the components that go into this Argentine cuisine. Do you want to know how to make your favorite football player's favorite dish? Why not get it directly from Messi Mom? She prepares it for Messi as follows. According to Messi Mother, she must go to Barcelona 2 or 3 times per week, and with 3 or more medium-sized meat slices. The book claims that Messi has straightforward culinary preferences, such as chicken in a sauce consisting of pepper, onions, tomatoes, and oregano, and schnitzel without gammon or horse meat. He also loves alfajores and sweets. 4. Messi signed his first ever FC Barcelona contract on a paper napkin. By age 11, Messi was on FC Barcelona's radar. Carles Rexach, the club's director, invited Messi to Barcelona for practice games, impressing him with 5 goals during a scrimmage. On September 17, 2000, Messi and his father traveled to Spain, with Rexach promising to cover medical expenses and relocation costs if Messi joined. Despite some doubts from club officials, negotiations intensified. On December 4, 2000, Rexach, football agent Minguella, and Messi's agent Horacio Gaggioli met at the Pompey Real Tennis Society restaurant in Montjuic. Gaggioli insisted on a formal agreement, warning Rexach that Real Madrid was showing interest. Determined not to lose Messi, Rexach drafted a contract on a paper serviette stating the club's commitment to sign Messi under agreed conditions, which both parties signed. Gaggioli has preserved the iconic serviette to this day, marking a pivotal moment in football history. 5. Messi first coach at Barcelona, told others not to break small Messi Rodolfo Borrell, Lionel Messi's first coach at Barcelona, warned other players to use caution around him since he was so little and delicate. He said, "Be careful with him, he's very small, don't break him." "We thought he was mute," Gerard Pique subsequently recounted. "He was short, he hardly said a word, and no one could have imagined what was going to happen." 6. Messi was so shy that he couldn't ask for meat at the barbecue parties. Messi has been very bashful since he was a little boy. As I have previously said, he prefers, I suppose, to let his legs speak for him rather than speak much. Additionally, he would rather text than call. One of his former teammates said, "You could hardly hear him because he spoke soft, quiet Argentinian and had longish hair. He didn't say much at all. He was a noodle. This guy seemed like a waste of space to us." According to Luca Calwilli's book, Messi was so bashful that Messi remained mute as usual at the team's thrilling BBQ party while training in Madrid. He made no request for meat. Messi would not appear, even at Christmas, when all the Argentine players would see the boss after spending time with their family. 7. Messi was offered to play for Spain. Messi was given the opportunity to play for Spain's national squad. In 2004, he was invited to join the Spanish under-20 squad. Messi, however, declined the offer and waited for Argentina, his home nation and the team he has always aspired to play for, to call. "I never would have represented Spain as a player. I am Argentinian, and nothing or anyone can alter my affinity for the Argentinian colors," Messi further clarified. 8. Messi is nicknamed La Pulga Atomica. Messi is referred to as the greatest of all time, or GOAT. However, did you know that his supporters call him La Pulga Atomica? In Spanish, La Pulga Atomica translates to the atomic flea. Messi is little and quick, like a flea, which is why his followers nickname him thus. He is able to maneuver in confined spaces, confound opponents with his devious tactics, and emerge triumphant. Even though he is little in size, he always stands erect and powerful. Messi just moves the ball in one direction and his body in another. "You have to either guess correctly or foul him," remarked Gerard Piqué, a teammate from Barcelona. 9. In 2010, Messi was named the Goodwill Ambassador for UNICEF. Messi was appointed the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, Goodwill Ambassador in March 2010. As an ambassador of Goodwill, Lionel Messi traveled to many nations. He sought to raise public awareness and better the lot of the most disadvantaged kids. In addition to serving as the Goodwill Ambassador, Messi is the founder of the Messi Foundation, a non-profit organization that he uses to provide medical treatments for kids. His non-profit assisted UNICEF in reintegrating Syrian children into school in 2017. Messi helped collect money and backed UNICEF's emergency reaction plan even during the COVID outbreak. Additionally, he gave €1 million to aid in the battle against this fatal illness. The tiny flea has a big heart, no question about it. 10th, his point to the sky goal celebration has a touching reason. On his way back to continue the game after scoring a goal, Lionel Messi gestures towards heaven. Even if you've seen it a lot, have you ever questioned why Messi does it? "I devote my ambitions to my grandma, which is why I am doing this. She accompanied me to football, but she is now unable to recognize my progress. She still helps me and my family, however," Messi said a few years ago. "Put him on and you'll see how well the little boy plays," said the grandma who escorted little Messi to Grandioli coach Riccardo Aparicio. Unfortunately, at the age of 10, his grandma passed away. Messi, however, will always remember what his grandma did for him. How heartwarming, isn't it? The world is still in awe of this magnificent Argentine superstar's amazing skill and affectionate nature, even though he has already won the most Ballons d'Or in history. However, let's end today with the optimism that Lionel Messi will deliver his nation's long overdue World Cup in December.